Nithyananda, everybody. Today, I am going to be speaking once again on this book here and what shows up, Rising in Love with the Master. Okay, so it's been quite an interesting day. Lots happening. I won't go too much into it at the moment. Lots of movement, lots of activism happening. We've got a new session starting today of Sati Sankalpas, and today is the first day, a mandatory session called AIR session, which is Authenticity, Integrity, Responsibility and Enriching. So I'm looking forward to that. But before I go on to that session, which is literally in about less than 15 minutes or so, I wanted to make sure that I catch the video for today. And this book here is written by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. And the page that I have settled on is number 76. And it is a small Zen story. Okay, there is a small Zen story. So one day, a famous professor approached the great Zen master Nansen to seek some philosophical advice. The master lived in a cottage in the forest, and the professor had to walk a long way to meet him. When he reached the cottage, the master was boiling water to make tea. The professor's head was full of questions for Nansen, and he began asking them right away. "Wait," said the master, "let us have tea first." But the professor was impatient. Not only did he want his questions answered, he also wanted to flaunt his knowledge to Nansen. So while Nansen brewed the tea, the professor continued to talk about this theory and that philosophy. So this is how it said, to talk about this theory and that philosophy, asking Nansen's opinion and giving his own. Finally, Nansen finished making the tea. He brought the teapot and 2 empty cups and set down 1 cup before the professor. "When will you answer my questions, master? There is so much I have to learn from you," exclaimed Professor. Nansen started silently pouring the tea into the professor's cup. He poured and poured until the cup was overflowing. Still he continued to pour. Zen masters are known to do some odd things, but this was just too much. The cup was simply overflowing. "Master, what are you doing? Can't you see that this cup can't hold any more tea? It's already full," cried the professor. Nansen smiled and replied, "Is that so? So are you." And this is so profound. I've read this story many times in the Guaranteed Solutions, because I've read the Guaranteed Solutions several times, multiple times, at least 6 times. And what's amazing about this story is the punchline from the master, from the Zen master, and the way Zen masters teach. This is, I feel, in today's world, we are actually quite full. We're full of knowledge, full of opinions, decisions, judgments, conclusions. And that's what stops pure listening from happening. And purely being in the moment, purely being available for something spontaneous. The reason I actually even do these spontaneous videos, I make sure that they're spontaneous. I only decide like a few minutes before what am I going to do and how am I going to present myself, so that I don't overthink something. I don't over opinionate something. I just come and be raw in front of everybody and allow myself to just simply be available for whatever is going to unfold. And this is one of my really, really, really favorite stories from Guaranteed Solutions and also in this book. So here it says, Zen masters usually speak in riddles, but the professor understood what the master meant, and from that day he became his disciple. Okay, so it's very simple. The Zen master is simply pouring the cup. He's just filling a teacup and he's pouring and pouring and pouring. And this is what happens to us, that when we are continuously gathering knowledge, and we are not making part of us, we actually are overflowing and there's wastage, right? So then it does become philosophy than experience. So this is what a simple click about listening and why in the Vedic civilization there are 3 steps to listening. 3 steps to learning. First step is listening, second is internalizing, and third is radiating. So it's not a collection of knowledge. This goes back to another video I did about the difference between intellect and intelligence, and what the Living Enlightenment book showed. So it's all linking up beautifully. So a very quick short sharing from me about listening and the importance of it. If we are not following these 3 steps, which is listening, internalizing, and then radiating, we simply overflow, exactly like the cup was overflowing when we're pouring and pouring and pouring. We're pouring into ourselves, but we're not retaining anything as experience per se. Probably not even able to recall it as quickly as we need to. Everything staying at a superficial logical level. That was me. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching me live. So this is I don't like this tea. Okay, so Wendy is saying, I was waiting for I don't like this tea. Oh, I see. From my other video. No, this is not the same. This is different. The other one is more about surrender, I think. But I think Wendy understands what I mean. If you've seen my other videos, one more video that I've done before, which was when Bhagavan was simply said, I don't like this tea, and I stopped drinking tea, just like that, by hearing it, by listening to those words. They became experience in me, and I really didn't like tea anymore for a while, and that stopped my addiction. That was quite quick. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If there's anything that you can add that will help me expand, please do. And I want to continue to be present, be spontaneous, and share clicks, share whatever comes up in the moment, and help me be present. That's what I want in the end. Be authentic and really radiate Bhagavan's teachings and be an authentic disciple, if you like. So thank you so much. Once again, I am repeating myself for listening, for watching. I will upload the video on YouTube, and I look forward to your questions if you have any, and I look forward to your sharings on listening or any breakthroughs you're having by following any of the videos that I have posted. Thank you so much. Nithyanandam.